Confiscate the money. That girl is a little rowdy. Small world, all her friends know me.
So we are back to more Browns franchise, and last episode we played again that game against the Raiders, and it was somewhat of a close game, but at the end it didn't look like it at all when you check out the stats. Derek Carr had a terrible week against us, threw one touchdown pass with 4 interceptions in that game. Just a terrible performance out of him, but Cody Kessler didn't play all that better either. 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Like, one of them, actually, almost all of them are his fault, though. I think maybe about 2 of them are his fault. One of them maybe was on me, I can't really remember. But 228 yards passing, not too bad a game, I guess. The 74.1 passing rating, whereas Derek Carr, 49.6, only 183 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions on the game. So, terrible game out of him. Cody Kessler, 220 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Not too bad of a game, I guess, a 74.1 passing rating, whereas Derek Carr, 49.6, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, 180 yards, 3 yards passing. Just a terrible game out of him, though. Rushing yards, we do have Duke, who hit 83 on 27 attempts, and for 0 touchdowns, whereas Egba had 44 on the ground, and Crowell had 30 on 2 attempts and 1 touchdown. So great game out of a rushing duo in Johnson and Crowell. But when it comes to wide receivers, though, Roland Marmorosa 92 yards receiving on 10 receptions, and Gilmore had 52 and a touchdown in that game. Amari Cooper had 56 on 30 receptions. Gadsden at 48, and Duke Johnson at 21, and looks like Corey Coleman 41 and 1 touchdown. So great game out of our wide receiving core there. Blocking wise, let's see the blocking wise. So it's only on the Raiders there. Defense. So defense, great game. Wait, hold up. Look at this guy. This guy had 15 tackles in the game, 2 for a loss. So great game out of Jarrett. But Browns wise, Ali Godfrey had a great game, though. 6 tackles, 2 for a loss, and 1 sack. So great game out of Ali Godfrey. Plus, I believe he had a forced fumble, and he did, I think. Did he? Yeah, he had 1 forced fumble. So great game out of Ali Godfrey. Probably would get my player of the game nomination for this one. But when it comes to the rest, though, we have Ogba had 5 tackles and 1 for a loss and 1 sack. So great game out of him. Who had sacks for us? We had Godfrey, Ogba, and Youngblood. So Youngblood, great game out of him, too, as a rookie. But when it comes to our best part of our defense this game, that was our secondary, obviously. Our secondary had 4 interceptions against Derek Carr. Maybe about 3 of them were Derek Carr's fault, but one of them was a great catch, though, by, I believe, Quan Williams. Quan Williams, one interception, Remore Sr., Joe Hayden, and we have Eli Apple. So great games out of all our cornerbacks. When it comes to kicking-wise, though, no field goals made at all, but we had 1 punt, though, or 2 punts. And Sam Martin, he had a great day punting, though. 2 punts for 147 yards. Pretty good out of that. But kicking return-wise, nothing there. And punt return-wise, nothing out there, too. So, great overall game, I guess. It's a big defensive game. We won that one. Our defense finally stepped up. As our defense, I believe it's like 20th ranked in the NFL, even though like a few weeks ago it was like 4th. So, it kind of goes back and forth there, I guess, from being good to just being horrible. So, now moving on to the next thing, which is, I guess, our injury situations. It looks like Keifer Paup is only 1 game or 1 week out. I actually had the opportunity to go and clear him for this game and allow him to play it, but I didn't want to do that, and it was a good idea too, because he probably would have got even more injured the rest of the season. So, Pop's going to be back next week. We do have Green Beckham, who's, I think he's out for about 2 more weeks. 6 more weeks, actually, I think. Is that 6? Yeah, 6 more weeks. So, Green Beckham out for a very long time, but good thing Foria is going and developing, though. Foria, even though he is 20, actually he's 28 years old, it's pretty young too. But he's developing into a great tight end, though. He has a 70 run block, which is way better than Green Beckham. So great overall performances by Joseph Foria. And then their defense, it looks like Lacey Greenell's 83 overall. He's killing it right there on the end. You have Ogbo's 83 overall, and it looks like Junior Gillette and Grayson are doing well at the tandem and right outside linebackers. So now we're going to move on to the next thing, which is, what should we do? We'll probably check out news, actually. We'll check out the news. So, in the media, everyone's blaming Derek Carr for the game, as they say he threw away the Raiders' chance of victory by throwing 4 interceptions. Just basically, they ran the wrong defense at the wrong time, and our defense played very well against Derek Carr. But the next thing, is there anything good on here? Skip Bayless, he's saying more crap. There's really nothing on there. So, let's move on to the next thing, which is our standings wise. So we're 6-2 on the season. We're ahead of the 4-2 Bengals right now. So we're gonna go into next week. I think we have a bye next week. Now we're facing the Ravens. So another divisional matchup. We won against the Ravens last time when we were undefeated with Keifer Paup. So Coming back next week with Keifer Paup will be pretty good, I guess. Hopefully he gets the W, though, in his return in the NFL. So facing the Ravens, they're 3-4, so I think after they lost to us and they went 3-1, they just completely tanked, though. They're doing terrible right now. So those Ravens are not doing well, but where's our team? We do have Keifer Paup back, I believe. Do we have Keifer Paup back? Or does he have one more week? Okay, he's back again. So we got Keifer Paup back in the offense. Gilmore's 80 overall. Coleman's 87. Miramoros 80 overall. Forte is 76. So our offense looking great after that injury return by Keifer Paup right now. So hopefully Paup has a great game against those just terrible Ravens right now. The Ravens unfolding completely. They had playoff chances, but now they're basically screwed. So, as you know, I didn't really make any trades for the trade deadline, obviously, just based on our team's fine. We really have to make no moves at all. We made all our moves before the season, just getting rid of salary. So, I think we're actually completely fine going into the rest half of the season, because if you look at a quarterback situation, we're good there. Running back situation, we're good there too. Fullbacks, we're good there with their tandem. Wide receiving core, we're good there because you got rid of Josh Gordon because you weren't using him. Tight end situation, we're good there because you have a backup. Left tackle, we're good. Left guard, basically we're good in every position. That's what I'm basically trying to get forward here. But now let's move on to, I guess, because you go and sit in that game against the last place Ravens in the AFC North. So we better go and win a game with Keifer Paup back from injury. But first, we'll go and do this scouting, I guess, just before we do this. So scouting wise, I want to go and find myself a great tight end in the draft. So I've been scouting tight ends for the past few times, but let's see. Burton, is he any good? He's alright. Let's see, this dude, he's bad. Thurmond, he's pretty good, I guess. He's 7th round talent. Is this guy good? He's not really good. So let's move on to the next thing, which is we could actually maybe take a wide receiver and turn him into a tight end. That's always been done before. Just need a tall enough wide receiver like Frey, 6'6". Is he any good? He's alright, I guess. Any other taller wide receivers in here? We got Rayner. Philip Rayner's not that bad. Anyone else who's tall? This guy's not gonna be good, but you can try. You know what? He's not that bad. Lindsey Crowell's not that bad. So we spent all our scouting points. I'm just basically screwing around with them at this point. Because the first year we did way better, even though we had no idea what the team is or what the draft is even holding the talent. But obviously this week, one man is back from injury, and his name is Keifer Paup. So Paup back from injury once again. We better have a great game with him under center against his last place Ravens in the AFC North. So let's go into this game and hopefully get a W going into this bye week with some energy. So you see in the game, and we lost 18-14 against the last place Ravens in the AFC North. So we somehow lost the Ravens. That's brutal though. Let's see this game. I want to see how bad we played. Because we couldn't have played that bad, though. It was a low-scoring game. It's probably Keifer Paup playing not that bad, or playing pretty bad. So Paup actually had a great game. 177, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 1 sack in that game against him. Flacco had a bad game, though, according to the passing rating. 63.9, and 196 with 1 interception. So, I don't know what happened here. Duke only 68 on the ground, 64 from Trey Mason, and a touchdown for the Ravens. And Paup had 32 on the ground too, and Kroll had 19 with a fumble. So our fumbling situation, a big mess right now, obviously, because keep fumbling. But 48, 52 and a touchdown that great game out of him. We'll start by yards. Dante Moncrief, though, 75 against us, 59 for Coleman. Jeff Janis, 55. 40, a great game. Marmaros at 31 and a touchdown. Gilmore, 23. So I guess not that bad wide receiving wise. Blocking wise, no sacks let up, or at least blamed on our offensive line. Defense though, Lacey Greenhill's 10 tackles and half a sack. Great game out of him defensively. Other player wise though, we have Courtney Upshaw 8 tackles, 1 sack. Youngblood 8 tackles again. Glenn at 7.5 sack. Anyone else play well? Let's check with sacks. So sack wise, we have Upshot and we have Reader from the Ravens. Interception wise, Will Hill had an interception against the Ravens, so he picked off Joe Flacco. Kicking wise though, so it looks like they made 4 field goals, that's why they won. Oh man, he didn't even attempt the field goals, so that's probably why we lost, just based on we didn't attempt enough field goals in this game. So that's brutal. 4 for 6 though. He wasn't even that good. He made one from 48, so I don't know, Justin Tucker didn't have that good of a game, I guess, kicking wise. He only kicked 4 field goals out of 6. I don't know. But the rest, though, he punted 4 times. That's probably why we lost, just based on how many failed drives we had. So, just couldn't get the momentum rising for us. that's basically why we lost, because we didn't get a good tempo going. But that's the end of that. Now let's move on to the next week, which is, what are you facing? I guess you have a bye this week. So we're going into this bye week with a loss. That's pretty bad, but I mean, at least we're still second in our division by 2 biggest wins against the Steelers. So that's always good, as I'm not going to check the news at all. There's probably nothing good on the news anyway. But we'll move on to the next thing after we do some more scouting. And I'll see if I can probably go re-sign Duke Johnson, because I'm pretty sure I can after this week. So anyone else left on here? You have a left guard in this guy. Isn't he good at the end? He's alright. Anyone else? This dude's alright. We don't need another center. Let's see this guy. Benoit. He's pretty bad. Anyone else? We got Tupa. Tupa's pretty good, even though he's labeled as 7th round talent. Pollard. Let's see this quarterback has to offer. He's pretty bad, though. He's not that good. At least for starting stats wise. That's C+. Another quarterback. We don't need another quarterback at all. Let's see Alexis. He's alright. Stalling. There you go. Let's see his left linebacker. And he's pretty good, though, even though he's 7th round talent. So these guys who have good starting stats, they're 7th round talent, so you can't really judge too many people by their starting stats. But Joel Hampton, he's alright too, and you get 5 points left, nothing left to go and spend. So move on to the next week after this bye and see what the NFL looks like right after we go and check out some re-signings. So we re-signed Joe Thomas earlier in the season, as you know that. But now we have Green Beckham, and we do have Duke Johnson. So Duke Johnson, I want to re-sign him first, just based on we need to, because he's pretty good. So $4.2 million for 5 years. I'd probably take that, actually. Duke for that much. Or lower that signing bonus just a little bit. Probably about maybe that much. We'll knock down the salary to $4 million. How about that? So 5 years, $4 million, and a $2.14 million signing bonus. So will it go through? And it does. Okay, so we re-signed Duke Johnson on the year for 5 years, though. He's locked down for 5 years. Now it's on to Dorial Green Beckham. Green Beckham, what should we do with him, though? I'm kind of thinking maybe letting, or at least waiting till the end of the season to re-sign Green Beckham. Because you could always franchise tag him if you want to. But we'll see the rest of these guys. We have Danny Shelton, who still has to in week 11. And we do have Campbell. Bram Campbell. Isn't he good? He's pretty good, I guess. He's not too bad. Making $1.8 million, though. I don't really know if he's worth that. So hold off on Campbell and Green Beckham, because Green Beckham's injured, obviously. You can't really tell what he'll give out next week. But we'll go and sim the next week and see that game against the Panthers, though. I want to go and sim up to the Caps game in a few weeks so we can get a few games before Keifer Paup, we can play as Keifer Paup. Because Paup, it usually takes a few games for him to get going, I guess. But hopefully we can win this game against Carolina, though. I want to beat the Panthers at least. So let's check out the NFL, see how it's going. So it looks like the Ravens lost in overtime. Man, that sucks. So, actually, no, they didn't lost. They tied it in overtime. So 4-4-1 are the Ravens. That's brutal for them. But anyone else, the Steelers are 4-5. We're 6-3. And the Bengals are 6-3. So we're tied first in the AFC North. Anything with the news? Anything good at all? We probably have the Duke Johnson signing. Or re-signing. Battle of defenses. Anything good on here? So the number 5 ranked defense, we're facing off against them. That sucks. So Carolina, hopefully they suck. Their defense just gives out against Keifer Paup. Anyone else in here? I don't know. I think it's probably about decent. There's really no new news at all. But we'll move on to the next thing, which is our scouting once again. And we'll go and sim that game against Carolina. Hopefully taking that W, though, because Keifer Paup needs a win desperately to go and get off on a good start from being back from injury. But we'll move on to cornerbacks. And you get corners on here. We do have Chris. He's alright. We have Forston. We got Parks. We got Waters. A lot of weak cornerbacks, though. Damn, they're terrible. Let's see Hudson. He's not really that good. Anyone else? Dumas. Ooh, that's pretty bad. So there's not really that many good corners. You'll probably get a good player out of a dozen. Basically, it's pretty low chance of getting a good cornerback out of this draft right now. At least according to the draft class talent. But we'll send this week against Carolina, hopefully taking this W against the number 5 ranked defense in the NFL. So you lose that game against Carolina. Oh my, this is not good at all. So we're on a losing streak right now. We're 6-4. At least the Bengals are 6-4, so it's not that bad. But I mean, we lost 31-17. That's not good at all for us. That's just brutal. So how do we lose? I have no idea. Ever since Keifer Paup got injured, it's just been a spiral case of a mess. Not that. Let's move on to this though. So player stats, we did pretty bad, I guess. Paup had 1 interception, 168 passing, not really that good. Whereas Cam Newton, 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, and 223 when it comes to passing yards, and a full 143.4 passing rating. So great game out of him. Rushing wise, we do have Jonathan Stewart, 98, Duke Johnson, 65, and 2 touchdowns. Anyone else? You have Kroos, 23, and a fumble on the ground. Let's see receiving wise though. So receiving wise, Greg Olsen, 81, Brown, 65, Gilmore, 55, 40 of 42, Maramosa, 29, Funches at 28 and a touchdown, and Coleman 27, and that's about it. So, we gotta use Corey Coleman a lot more though, that's for sure, as if he left any sacks, we don't even blame for any sacks. Defense-wise, Lacey Greenhouse, 11 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 tackle for a loss. Upside, 11 tackles and half a sack. Upside, 9 tackles and a sack. So our defense is great stats, but other than that, our defense sucks though, it's weird. Our secondary must be pretty weak there right now. Lacey Greenhouse had 2 sacks. Upside 1 sack, Sue had 1 sack, and Spatch had 1 sack. So they must have put Spatch in for some reason. Maybe Ogba got injured, I don't know. Hopefully he didn't. Interceptions wise, we have Cyrus Jones had 1 interception, that's about it. So kicking wise, we made our field goals though, an 18-yard field goal. So I don't know, it's kind of odd there. Anything else on here punting wise? 2 punts, 2 punts. So I don't know how we lost this game though. Probably our secondary broke down, just didn't play as well as we should have. So now I gotta move on to the next thing, which is what are we playing? When are we gonna play the Caps? We're playing Atlanta this game. They're playing the Steelers, then I believe we're playing the Caps. So we'll go and spend some more college points. This time some more random players again. Probably spend on some wide receivers. Any good wide receivers out there? We do have Riley. This dude's okay. Well, he's really bad. Fair. That's pretty fair. LeBlanc. He's pretty bad. Gamble. I'm taking a gamble, but he's pretty bad. Spikes. You know what? He's pretty good. Sherman Spikes is not that bad. Anyone else in here? Actually, for his size, though, he's pretty good, too. So Sherman Spikes, maybe take a look at targeting him in the draft. Let's see Pfeiffer. He's not that good. So now let's move on to the next week, which is facing the Falcons. Come on, we better beat the Falcons. Even though they're 7-3, I mean, we have a shot to win against them, though. I'm just saying that anytime you're playing another opponent, you have a shot to win no matter what. So I just go in with some heart, hopefully win this game, and go 7-4 on the season. So we're 6-5 after that game. Oh no, and we have an injury. So this is just going into a mess. And we have oh no, our starting right end is out too. Lacey Greenell has a shoulder tear in his rookie season. He's out for 3 weeks. That is not good at all. So our top defenseman, basically, our top defender, is now out on the line. At least you have Keifer Paup back, but he's not even playing that good, though. He's playing like trash right now. Oh, no. This is just turning into a mess. So we're facing the Steelers, then the Broncos, then the Caps. So we got a lot more weeks to go. We're third in our division. The Ravens somehow caught up to us at 6-4-1 record. And the Bengals 7-4. So all these losses we're taking, we've gone, I believe, 2-4 ever since Keifer Paup went injured. So, oh no, this is not good at all. This is not good at all. Actually, no, we think we went 2-5. That's what we did. So 2-5 record. Let's go and check out the game against the Falcons. We got blown out 34-14. So we have a mess here. I don't know what's going on here. Lee's gonna tell me about the secondary. Do they have high amount of receiving yards? I don't know. Let's check this out. So quarterbacks. Paup had a great game though, even though 275 and a touchdown is not that bad, and with 109.7 passing rating. Whereas Matt Ryan, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 137.5 passing rating, and 236 passing. So I don't know. Rushing wise, we got eaten up here on the rushing stats. Freeman 145 and a touchdown. Johnson 85 and a touchdown. Coleman had 48. Kroll had 14 and on 7 attempts, and Paup had 14 on 4 attempts. So receiving wise, Stills came in and had 104 receiving yards and 5 receptions. So great game out of Stills though, out of nowhere. Josh Schultz 70, Mirabeau had 65 and a touchdown, 60 from Duke Johnson. Anyone else? I don't know how we lost though. It doesn't make any sense. I can't see any clear signs that we were really bad besides the run game, at least run defense. So run defense needs to change obviously, even though, I don't know, it's just weird. So no sacks let up there, at least blame the any teams. Godfrey 12 tackles, Trufant at 9, we'll just go to Browns. Emery with Youngblood at 8 and a sack. Upshed 7, Quan Williams at 6, Eli Apple at 5, Campbell at 4. Sacks wise though, we do have one of Youngblood, Sue, Green Ellis, and he got injured, and we have Spatch. So Spatch playing pretty well, I guess. I don't know. He's playing pretty well, I guess, with that sack. But interceptions, no interception on there for the Browns today. So kicking wise, it looks like there's no even attempts at field goals, so that's pretty odd. Punting wise, we had 3 punts. Kick return, not that great. Punt return, not that great either. So I don't know how we lost, probably just basically due to run defense. Our run defense is a mess. You can't let up 145 on the run. That's just not good at all. You're going to lose games if you let up that many yards passing-wise and rushing-wise. But now we're third in our division. We're dropping slowly. But good thing is we're facing a last-place team in our division. But the last time we played a last-place team in our division was when we lost the Ravens. So you never know what's going to happen. You better not go 6-6. We'll do some more scouting first, though. So we'll play that game. We'll check the game against the Steelers, then the Broncos, then finally play a game against the Caps. Might as well just send these guys. Wait, he's actually pretty good. Malden. Nice talent right there. Paxton. He's alright. Divins. He's pretty good. So, got a lot of great linebackers, though. Henson. He's pretty good. Buck. He's great, though. So, Edivaldo Buck. Maybe target him in the draft. Tatum. Kazim Tatum is pretty good. Charles is great. Mackey, now you can't do it yet. So we did our scouting now. Now let's move on to the game against the Steelers. Come on, please win this game. This is for the love of God, please win this game. And we actually won a game. We're 7-5 on the season. And it looks like Keifer Paup got AFC Offensive Player of the Week too. So we got a second Offensive Player of the Week again. And Green Beckham's back to play. Yes, all the signs are pointing in our favor finally. So we got a starting tight end back in offense, back on our 4-0. So thank God he's here. We need you, Doriel. We need you. Our offense is gonna be so great with you. So Green Beckham back at the tight end position, 84 overall. Huge, just huge acquisition right there. We have Keifer Paup there. We got everybody here back. It's nice to see that. So let's check out this game against the Steelers and finally let out all of aggression and finally scored some points. 42 points against the Steelers, 35 on defense against for us. So great game out of us. Finally we did something good. Look at this though. No over 20 points. No over 20 points. No over 20 points. Finally, 42 points out of our offense. We finally woke up. But we'll check this game though. So in this game, Paup just let out all of his frustrations. 307 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Amazing game out of him though. 150 passing rating, easily deserved out of him. Even Big Ben didn't play that bad, I guess. 222, 1 interception, 1 TD pass there. But man, that's the best game I've seen out of Keifer Paup ever in this franchise thing. With Duke 67 on the ground, Le'Veon Bell 64 and 1 touchdown, and Crowell 36 and 1 touchdown. So not too bad there. We're using both of them equally, 13 and 16 attempts from both of them there. Receiving wise though, we do have Martavis Bryant 97. Let's check out our stats only. We had Mirabeau 71, Gilmore 71, 2 touchdowns. So Mirabeau and Gilmore getting used heavily there, as Gilmore 2 touchdowns in that game. But 40 had 70 and a touchdown, even though he's the backup tight end. Actually, no, wait, he's not backup. He was starting this game because Green Beckham wasn't back yet. But Corey Coleman 53 and a touchdown. And Duke Johnson 12 and a touchdown there. So finally, we woke up offensively. But sacks let up. We had 1 let up by Joe Thomas, surprisingly. Defense. Let's see your defense. We play well. We had 8 tackles out of Joe Hayden, 8 tackles out of Raheem Morris Sr. interception. Youngblood 8 tackles and half a sack. Alec Godfrey 7. Let's see the sacks though. So Nazib 2 sacks coming out there. Finally, he got an opportunity to play ever since what's his name again? Lacey Green Ellis got injured. So he played, got 2 sacks in that game. Glad had 2 tackles or 2 sacks. Upshaw had 2 sacks, and Emery Youngblood half a sack, and Ogba half a sack. So picks now, let's go check out the picks in this game, and 1 from Raheem Morris Sr. So Finally, we let up all our frustration and dominate the Steelers there in, I believe it was in Pittsburgh too. Yeah, we dominated them in Pittsburgh. So now we can probably check out the Offensive Player of the Week stats just to see Keifer Paup finally back on there. We get the 20th best offense in the NFL. We're the 4th best offense last time I played, so that's a mess. We're better defense though, 8th best. We were like 20th a few weeks ago. 14th in points scored, okay, it's okay. And the rest, I really don't care at this point. We're going to go back on a roll and score maybe 4 W's in a row, hopefully. But weekly awards, let's check this out. So Big Ben won week 1, Bortles, Roby, Keifer Paup had week 3, or week 4, sorry. Week 5, we have Cole Colvin in there too, cool. Mettenberger, Bortles, Upshot week 7 defense. 13 tackles, 1 sack, 1 pick, 1 forced fumble. Anyone else on here for this? Doesn't look like it so far. And then finally, we have Keifer Paup here in week 13. Obviously, 307 yards passing, 23 for 29. Great game out of him. Efficiency was on the spot right there. But now moving on to the next thing, which is yearly awards. I'm gonna check this out. MVP, who's on here? He's not even in the top 10, so that sucks. Coach of the Year, Pete Carroll, number 1. And we're not even top 10. Okay, so you're gonna make a comeback here if you want to win any awards that are meaningful. So we have about 5 weeks left in the NFL. We better win this game against the Broncos, though. Just saying, it's all on the line. We better win this game because I want to go actually 8-5 right now. We better go 8-5, please. But first, do some more scouting and so on, just so we can go and get all that scouting out of the way. Because I don't waste points in this game. I don't want to do that. So go down the list, find some more talent here. We're probably not going to get all these players, basically. We'll go down here, though. Get some more talent down the line in the draft, like 3rd round picks. So we do have a few. Let's see this guy, Marcus Garner. He's pretty bad. McKee, he's alright. This man, he's pretty bad. This dude, he's pretty bad again. There's a lot of bad talent. This man, he's pretty bad again. So a lot of bad starting stats. Finally we get a B-, but a C+ right after that. Hardick. Sylvester. Zach Sylvester, not that bad. And let's see this guy, Cole McCain. Finish him off, why not? CC. Lindsley. He's bad again. So now it's time to go and face the Broncos here. The Broncos, please just let us win. Just let us win this game. We better win this game and go 8-4, 8-5 on the season. Actually 8-6 in the season. Never mind, we go 7-6. That's brutal though. So we lost the Broncos. Oh man, our season is down the toilet practically. Actually, no, wait, we're 2nd in our division. Okay, so there's not all hope lost yet. So we lost the Broncos again, 24 points scored for them, 17 for us. So I don't know what's up with this offense and defense. Some weeks we're on fire, the other weeks we're just trash. So we're playing like the Broncos finally, maybe we're playing like the Browns finally in this game. But Paup 179, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 76.8 passing rating, whereas Paxton Lynch though tore us up, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a 95.2 passing rating on that game. Rushing wise, Duke 62, we do have Devontae Booker 38, and Kroll had 32 and a touchdown. So we gotta start using Duke a lot more though. Why we keep using both of them at the same time, I have no idea why. I'm just gonna use one back, that's all we have to do. But Sherpa 90 on that game, Snead at 92 and a touchdown. Let's just go, I'm depressed about this. Let's move on to the Browns, there we go. So we do have Gilmore 93 and a touchdown, great game under him. Maramosa 31, Stills 30, and Dora Green Beckham 25. So no, like where's the pass to Corey Coleman? Where is he? Come on, this is just, the sim is just messed up here. Blocking wise, let's check this out. Tony let up a sack. Defensively, we have 9 tackles out of Raheem Moore Sr., 7 out of Courtney Upshaw, 6 out of Campbell, and an interception. Gillette had 5 and half a sack. Let's see some sacks. We got 1 from Carl Nassib, 1 from Danny Shelton, half a sack from Junior Gillette, and half a sack from Emery Youngblood. Interceptions, 1 from Campbell, 1 from Bartu of all people. Okay, so Bartu someone getting playing time. Kicking wise, 1 for 2 there from Sam Martin. The highest is 28 yards out, so he must have kicked like a 55 plus. That's what I'm guessing. Where is it? 50 and beyond. Why do you even attempt that? Like, why? Probably at the end of the game, most likely. But I mean, come on, man. That's not right. So we lost another game in a row. I thought for sure to go on a winning streak, but I guess not. As now I'm going to be facing the Caps here in week 16 or week 15. So now our offense, hopefully it's good enough. I'll do this going another time as I'm just tired of this stupid thing. So finally, we're 7-6 on the season. Our record is just crap right now. We're facing the Caps, so hopefully get a roll on this based on we're facing the Caps in this week. So anyway, I guess let's start off here. Make sure to subscribe for more Browns friends. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.